What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video. Hope everybody's doing good today. It's a beautiful Tuesday today. And today I wanted to talk about a little bit about a series I've been watching, Vampire Lestat. And I'm specifically, I can't talk today. For some reason, I can't say that word, but y'all know what I mean. I'm talking about um, the episode six, the sixth episode where they had a seance where they talked to Claudia. Now, I'm gonna talk about Claudia's rage. And yes, of course, she is definitely justified in this rage. Because, I mean, some things were really just surprising, though, too. But, again, I don't blame her. When she was talking about how she actually liked Lestat more than Louis, and like when you see the other seasons, it really looked like she liked Louis more than Lestat. But one of the to me, one of the reasons why she got, well, and she even said it too, but the one of the reasons why she got closer to Louis than Lestat was because, and she said it, that she knew that he would do whatever she wanted. She said that, like, you basically a slave to him. He's slave mastering you to slave. You do whatever the fuck he tells you to do, and you know I know you will be my dog to do whatever. And that was damn, that was real shocking there. But and honestly, with Louis, he always comes back to Lestat. He's always a dumbass. He's always just a pick me dumbass, really, for Lestat. It's just not surprising at this point. But she and she even said, like, that night when Lestat, when Louis got Lestat to turn her. She's and I can't remember if she said in this episode, but or if she said it in past seasons, but it was basically just like, why didn't you take me to the hospital? Because I mean, at the end of the day, she was still breathing. She was still breathing. And you know she could have just lived a regular life. Because even Lestat said that, she would just live a regular life. He could have done that, but Louis likes to think that he saved her and all this stuff, all this shit. Man, the only reason he quote unquote saved her was for his own selfish bullshit. You know, I mean, I think, like, another part of Louis is he wants to feel like needed too in some sort of way, because Lestat really does like to feel needed, because you can tell with him, but you can tell in different ways in Louis. I think it's like a little bit more subtle ways with Louis, but I think that was one of his ways. And he I don't get how he keeps feeling like he's it's, how would I say it? He's all guilty and everything, but at the same time it seems like Louis keeps making it seem like he's the victim in all this, with Claudia um, you know, being being burnt up, when really y'all both are just monsters. Y'all both are fucking assholes to Claudia. And I feel like, excuse me, I feel like Claudia was really just the innocent party in all of this. She was just, to me, she was just a pawn in both of their games. Because people like to think that Louis all innocent in this, when he's definitely not. And we all know Lestat is not either. But they pulled this young girl into the toxic ass bullshit at the end of the day. And and Claudia, she basically was saying, like, you think that you did right by me after you went after that dude that essayed her. I can't remember his name. But I mean, she's just like, that don't mean shit to me. I don't mean a goddamn thing. And we learned that her girlfriend, I forgot the name, but she can't even find her. She said she was the best thing that ever happened to her in her bleak black life, her quotes. And, you know, turns out that she's not there with her. And it's just so much rage, justified rage too. And she said that she hates Louis more than all the other people in her life that have done her wrong. Shit. But like I said, it's definitely justified. And even when you look at the other women in in the series, you look at Gabriella, Lestat's mother, that he has that incestuous relationship with, which is just still so fucking weird. I just never got that whole fascination with incest in in media. I don't know, maybe it's because it's something forbidden. I don't fucking know, but that's weird. But anyway, even with Claudia, when we see her backstory, her and Lestat's backstory, and how she was powerless in her situation. He was powerless too, but she was definitely powerless because she was a woman. Way back in the day, even when she was a noble, because it looked like they were nobles, but she was still very powerless. And her husband was over her, and even her sons that came from her were over her. She probably, and well, not probably, she really fucking hated that. So, I wouldn't be surprised if Gabriella's kind of thinking is like, you know what, I'll be damned if anybody that came for me, that I pushed out of my pussy to to fuck me up again. So, her whole thing is, to me, is that I'll fuck you up before you fuck me up. Cause she did fuck him up. You can definitely tell. And it really, and I mean, with Lestat, he said that nothing ever happened between them you know, uh till later in Paris, I think, or some shit like that. But honestly, there's signs that this actually happened even before they were vampires. Because like after that scene where he killed all of the wolves, and his mama came in, and it was just some weird sexual shit, and the maid was looking all disgusted. And oh shit, I don't blame her either. I'll be looking all crazy at the motherfuckers too. But anyway, but you know, she I believe that she groomed him. I believe that this wasn't like a thing that happened like later on when they were vampires or anything. I think when Lestat was a kid, she was probably grooming him. So, because I just have a hard time believing that things only happen that way after they were vampires. Nah, like I said, she fucked them up in different ways, and that was one of them. But but even when you looked at Akasha too, when she would, in one of the scenes where because I forgot which episode, where Akasha was up, she was rambling and rambling and rambling. You could still feel the rage coming off of her, and you could tell that she's probably been wronged a lot of times by a lot of people, but I think a lot of men too. And I haven't obviously read the books, and I didn't watch, well, I watched some of the movie, was it Queen of the Dam? But I watched some of it, and then I turned it off because I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get into it. But maybe I need to go back and watch it now. So, but all this female rage, and when you really look at it, even today, with this whole fucked up ass structure of, like, the man's over the woman and all this shit, it just never made sense to me. Because, the woman is the creator, life comes from the woman. So why is she not on top? Why is she not in charge? I just never got that shit. Because, I mean, I see it as, if you create life, then why you not over things? It just never made sense to me. And of course, religion plays a part in that too. And hey, that's one of the reasons. There's a bunch of reasons, but one of the reasons why I just fucking can't stand religion. And if you're wondering if I'm Christian, I said this in other videos, but hey, if you're new here, no, I'm not Christian. Haven't been Christian in a long ass time. But anyway, yeah. So, all this justified, extremely justified feminine rage. And the other thing is with Claudia calling Louis a nappy head. That was funny. And I mean, there's just so many ways that she's calling both of them bitch ass niggas without even saying it. I wonder who's in that in the writers room. It's got to be some black folks in the writers room, cause I really just loved that scene with Claudia. I really did. It was I mean, it was really entertaining, and you could just, as I said, feel the rage from her, the extremely justified rage on that. Cause even when that witch called her, she smacked her face on that damn table. She was like, "Bitch, what the fuck you call me for? What you pulling on me?" She did not want to be called at all. So, and and at the end of the episode, they end up getting their heads cut off. Lestat and Louis. And y'all don't post no spoilers. I hadn't watched episode 7 yet. If you post spoilers, I will block you and I'll delete your comment. I don't do all that. Let people enjoy it. Actually enjoy the episodes instead of putting all this shit up in here. But yeah, and the other thing is with Gabriella is with the way she is, I don't think that anybody should trust her, because she just seemed like a snake to me. She really do. And because I mean, anybody who would fuck up their son that way really isn't to be trusted now. But the other thing is, because I just thought of this too, is that Gabriella doesn't um she doesn't want to be tied to anybody, because that's how her life was before. She was tied to people. She wasn't free. And excuse me. And she doesn't want to be needed. And as I said, Lestat really in his mind, needs to be needed, and Gabriella does not need him. So that's why he was excuse me, crashing out when he didn't see her. So, and one of the other things I noticed too, that he would never try the same shit with Gabriella as he did with Louis. And that's really interesting, because at the end of the day, there's still a dynamic with them, because, like, yes, at this point they're Maker and the other, I forgot what you call the other vampire, whatever. But at the end of the day, he's still his mother. And I think he still has that whole sense of, hey, she's still my mother, and she's still over me in some type of way. You see what I'm saying? And I think really Gabriella absolutely loves that. She loves that she has that power over him. Because even though, like, Lestat is her maker, at the end of the day, he is still her son. And, even with them doing that weird shit of sleeping together, there's still that whole sense of, as I said, like, hey, she's still my mother. Even when he says, like, it's kind of different when we're vampires and stuff. I still don't really see her as, I don't really see her as a mother now and all that. When he still does, You can tell. And I mean, that's a lot there. That's Yeah, I mean, all this is just really a crazy fucked up ass mess that Louis and Lestat caused. And the people that get hurt along the way dealing with them and they bullshit, getting pulled into they fucked up ass dynamic. So, we're gonna see what's gonna happen in episode 7. But anyway, I just want to talk about that. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.